there still is no connection of any of Hunter Biden's business dealings with President Biden. They never once spoke about any business dealings. As he described it, it was all casual conversation. He never said that he has never spoken to anyone. He said that he had nothing to do with Hunter Biden's business dealings. It's kind of a preposterous premise to think that a father should not say hello to people that the son are at dinner with.
Oh, boy. Welcome back. That was more from New York Congressman Dan Goldman, who was on his heels yesterday trying to defend the president, trying to defend Hunter Biden. For more on this whole Devon Archer testimony, let's welcome in former Arkansas governor and presidential candidate Mike Huckabee. Governor, good morning. Great to have you back on.
Thank you. Great to be here. And, I felt sorry for Goldman. My gosh, he's trying so hard to defend the indefensible there.
Yeah, it's getting harder and harder for Democrats to continue to defend the president here. But I understand why they're doing it. Let's be honest. No one's ever going to pay $1 for access to Hunter Biden. They were paying Hunter for access to Joe. But I want to ask you, as somebody who's run for president before, what does this mean for Joe on the campaign trail moving forward?
He's going to get asked a lot of questions. He's been asked before, and he lied about it. He said, I never, ever, not once, talked to my son about his business. Now, he's on record. I mean, there's video of him saying it. There's also video of him saying that if Ukraine did not fire Shokin, the prosecutor, within the next 6 hours, they don't get $1 billion of U.S. aid. And then he brags about the fact that, well, and he used an expletive, they fired him and they got the money. Why did they get the money? What was it that Shokin was looking at? He was looking at Burisma, a business that Hunter Biden had been placed on the board of, even though he had no knowledge of the energy industry or of Ukraine, Russia, anything. He got on there because his dad was the vice president. This is so obvious, and for Goldman to stand there and say, oh, there's no connection, there's nothing to see here, let's move on, it's as ridiculous as Leslie Nielsen standing in the scene in Naked Gun where explosions are going on behind him, right. And he's saying, move on, there's nothing to see here. Yes, there is something to see, and eventually the press is going to have to pay attention.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies, by the way, appreciate the reference. Ronald Reagan's son, Michael Reagan, he pointed this out on Twitter yesterday, and I think it counts because President Reagan was in office for 8 years. His son tweeted, in the 8 years that my father was president of the United States, I never once sat in a room with business associates and called him on the phone. If I had, the Democrats would have skewered me. What do you make of that?
Well, I think it's absolutely right. And quite frankly, I think his father would have said, this is no time to be talking to me. I don't get involved in your business dealings. The fact is that what's going on with Hunter Biden and his dad is unprecedented. This is not about Hunter Biden. And I hope that the general public starts to understand. Most people don't care that Hunter Biden is a drug-addled mess. He is just that. And that's sad, and I feel for him. But the issue is not Hunter. The issue is trading influence on his father's name and selling influence and his father getting a cut of it. And repeated references to the big guy getting his 10%, to the bank records that show millions of dollars that went not just to Hunter, but to Joe, to Joe's brother. That's what makes this really very, very important for people to take a look at. And when some of those business partners are Communist Chinese Party people, now we have a compromised president with whom one of our staunchest, really, enemies has something on. He's a compromised president, and that's very, very serious.
So I love the way you put that, by the way, because I think people have a tough time getting their heads around everything that's going on. A lot of moving parts. Joe Biden was basically the closer. Hunter Biden would call his dad, put him on speakerphone. Joe would talk for a few minutes, apparently, according to Goldman, about the weather. And boom, that would translate to millions of dollars for the Biden family from places like Romania, Ukraine, and China. And we know that. James Comer's, he's got the wires. We saw the 1023 last week. What does this mean for impeachment? Do you think that should move forward?
It should, but it needs to move forward very slowly and methodically. Here's the big mistake that I hope Republicans in the House don't make. Don't rush into an impeachment. Go through the impeachment inquiry, get the facts, lay them out, dribble them out one by one by one and keep it coming. And make it so that even the American press, which are completely in the tank for Joe Biden and the Democrats, can no longer ignore it, to the point that you have the general public, and you even have some responsible, ethical Democrats who are saying, I can't defend this anymore.
Yeah.
When the impeachment becomes bipartisan, even with just a few Democrats, then it becomes legit. If it's just a very hurried Republican effort, it's going to be a disaster for the Republicans and not for the Bidens.
I like that. Do the exact opposite of what the Democrats did to the former president.
Yeah.
Good call. Okay. Former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee, enjoyed it. Thanks for being with us this morning.
My pleasure. Thanks.
All right. Lots more.